Good morning, everyone. My name's Renee from Phoenix Curations. My partner Will is not here today. He is home listing through his debt pile. So we thought we wanted to give you what sold Saturday. And so here I am doing it by myself today. It has been a great week. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to some of my favorite closets and YouTubers: Ryan Thrift Finds, Amy at Rainy Day Shopper, Jack Valentine at Flip Thrift, Mogi Beth, and clothes finds. I miss the bin pickers. And Millie and Monica. I shop from their closets all the time, and I follow their content on YouTube. So first we had a Vineyard Vines quarter zip Shep shirt sleeve size small, sold for $15. It used to do a lot better than it is right now, and it's out of season, so we went ahead and took that offer of $15. This came from Will's inventory, so I'm not sure what he paid for it, but it probably came from the bins. My computer keeps shutting down on me, so I can't do individual items for the bundles. So this is a bundle of 5 items, which sold for $23. And first was a black licensed Chicago Bulls long sleeve tee, and I believe that was a Rue 21 item, and it came from the bins. Then next was some NBA Bulls joggers, and I had 2 of those. Both came from the bins, both brand new condition. The next is a Forever 21 Distress Kiss graphic T-shirt. That came from my daughter's closet, and it was super cute. She tied the edges and made a nice little distress tee out of it. An Old Navy full zip short sleeve hoodie, also from the bins, and this NASA sweater that Will got from the bins. Then there are these Prana Aqua athletic bike shorts, and honestly, I believe I got these from a Goodwill, so I probably paid $14 for them. I have a hard time selling Prana, but I hear a lot of people really like it. They're good quality, they're expensive, but I sold those for $15. Next is a single IKEA margin blackout curtain panel, and it was a single panel, which I did list. It sold for a full asking price of $25. The buyer is still pending acceptance, so I'm really hoping he didn't think it was a pair of panels. Next is this gorgeous vintage mini skirt vest set and skirt set. And this was given to me by a friend of mine who shares the passion of thrifting, and it was too small for her. She bought it for $8, and she was kind enough just to give it to us to sell because she loved it. Right after I sold it, somebody messaged me and said, "Oh, I would have paid the full 100 asking price." She was saving up for it, but unfortunately, I didn't know that, and I went ahead and sold it. Next is a J. Crew iridescent rhinestone necklace. Oh, this was a gorgeous piece. It came in a thread up DIY rescue box, 10 pounds of jewelry, and it was in perfect condition with new tags. The tags were just torn a little. The photos are not edited at all. We made our money back before we even listed anything from consignment shops. Originally, it was $98, and I sold it for $33. This is a pair of vintage J. Simone black and white loafer tassel heels, and they are perfectly on trend. You can see from this picture here that they were just a chunky heeled loafer, and I loved them. They sold for $23. So our bins are, I think once you get high enough, shoes are $1.25 a pound, and I always get my maximum or my minimum number of pounds to get the discount. Next up were some Cole Haan kitten heel sandals, which I thought would have sold for a little more, but I don't think their beauty really came across in the photos. I paid $3 for these, and they sold for $12. And then I had these Clark Bendables, also came from that same haul from a thrift store, and I paid $3 for those, and they sold for $10. Then there's this wonderful, ironic Keeping It Real t-shirt, because nothing is more real than an airbrush unicorn dancing on clouds. This is the second one of these I've sold, and it sold for $12. Also came from the bins. Both shirts came from 2 separate bins, exactly alike. That's very interesting. This was a Hale Bob mini sleeveless dress, purple size, extra small, and the pictures are just terrible. It did have 2 ink spots on it, which you can see right here in the pictures, which I noted, and that sold for $18. We got that for consignment trade from some of our items that are a little less desirable in the resale market online. Then I had a bundle of these 2 items. They were Style & Co. Dark Wash Curvy Capri with a belt and a white square neck bodysuit. You may remember we got those in our first plus size box from B&G Trading. So I think those items averaged around $7.50 a piece, and they sold for $26. This was a MagicSuit Slimming Swimwear one-piece bathing suit, sold for $15. I do not remember exactly where I got this, but it either cost $4 from the Goodwill or it came from our local 50-cent sale at a consignment shop or a thrift store. These are Cruel Girl Extra Long Jeans, Low Slim Split Hem. These were from Will's supply of denim that he got for 50 cents a pound from the bins. They sold for $17. Then I had these Esprit, almost, I think they were brand new crochet loafers, and they also photographed terrible, but they sold for $10 at $1.25 a pound. They were so light, they probably cost 50 cents. I sold this O'Neill pink floral halter dress for $9. It's junior sizing. Surfing brands don't sell great for us. I got this for $1 from a friend at her garage sale when she moved. Sold it for $9. Then there's this Tommy Hilfiger long sleeve shirt from the 90s, size medium, and it sold for $12. This came from one of Will's hauls, and I'm not sure if this came from a thrift store for $4 or it came from the bins. I had this 4 t-shirt bundle. You may have heard us say that we were having a hard time selling graphic tees. Well, now that the weather's getting warm and we're pricing them pretty low, we are selling them. So first is a gold bling NFL Jaguars graphic tee in new condition, a Life is Good chillin' t-shirt, which is super cute. You can't see the little penguin on it. A new with tags Timberland t-shirt. It did have cracks in the graphic, and I'm not sure if they were meant to be there or not, but we did note it. And a Nike large swoosh graphic t-shirt, also in almost new condition, and we sold those items for $30. Guess Jeans Denim Maxi skirt. Now, I know I got this at a Goodwill when our bins closed. Our Goodwill stayed open for a while, and it sold for $23. I think I paid $4.99 for it. And I had this bundle of Bella Canvas Raglan Cat Yin Yang t-shirt. You can't really see it here, but the cats are curled up together in a yin yang symbol. A Max Studio chenille embroidered skirt. That was super cute. A Pistola medium wash studded denim skirt and some Ralph Lauren floral pants. Now, if I remember back, the cat t-shirt came from our 50-cent sale locally. The Max Studio came from the Goodwill, so it was $4.99. The Pistola came from a Revolve box from B&G Trading, so that was around $9. And the Ralph Lauren pants, I believe, came from the bins. Total price on the bundle, $55. These are some white Nike Mule vintage tennis shoes, and they were called the After Party 2. Now, when I got these, they were in really, really rough shape, and you can see that they're still yellowing on the sole, and I don't have the right equipment to get that yellowing off. They are kind of a rare find, and this was my first shoe purchase ever at the bins. It may have been my first trip to the bins. At that particular bins, I don't know the cost on shoes. It's probably around $1.50 a pound. Those sold for $23, one of the oldest items in my closet. Next, I had a bundle of 3 items. There was a Lane Bryant boxy oversized striped sweater. That came from the bins. Hard Rock Cafe Tampa long sleeve shirt with a cheetah print lips, and that came from the bins. And then a Style & Co. mid-rise army green short raw hem, new with tags, pair of shorts, and that came from our B&G trading box. Total purchase price on the bundle was $30. Next was some Tiva Performance Outdoor Sandals, size 8. And these were in a little bit of rough shape. The ribbons had a little bit of fraying on them, and I did clean them up with a sweater shaver. Because of that, I sold them for $12. They came from the bins. Oleg Cassini Sports Velour Track Hoodie, black, extra large. Now, I bought this back when we had our first initial contact with Depop, which we have since left. I'm sure you've heard us talk about it if you're not new here. And I probably paid $3.99 for this, and it sold for $10. Oleg Cassini is a nice designer, but he's an older designer from the 80s, so the quality is good and the style is classic. But it's just not a big seller anymore. So this was a fantastic find that Will got at our local charity thrift store. He paid $1 for this Rolex Messenger bag, and he sold it to a Rolex collector reseller. So we don't know if he's going to resell it or he's going to keep it for his collection. But it sold for $60 pretty much within an hour. This is a Tommy Hilfiger bra, front clasp 36D. This sold for $12, and I'm sure that Will got that from the bins. These were some bronze leather low heel slides. They were Bandolini, I believe. These came from my very first thread up shoebox. They sold for $10. Also one of the oldest items in my closet. They were in like new condition, but I listed them off season. And that's kind of a special item, to get some bronze slides like that. So we more than have made our money back on that box. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up what's left from that and just giving people good deals, which we love to do. These are some Rock Revival Lena Straight jeans, size 26. Also from Will's pile of denim that he got from the bins for 50 cents a pound. They sold for $40. Only Maxi Vest Oatmeal Crochet Large New with Tags Vest Duster. And this was really a pretty piece. I have such a hard time photographing long things, and I hate the way that the brick are all cockeyed in this. But in any event, it sold for $18, and I thought it was a gorgeous piece that also came from the bins. This is an Aloe Yoga Tank Never Quit small tank top. And I believe I got this from Goodwill for $3.99. We were getting desperate for inventory, and that's the only place that we had to shop. Sold for $15. These are some Tom's Little Kids Patriot red, white, and blue loafers, and they have a Velcro closure. There was a little bit of discoloration on them. We did note that. These were things that I got from the bins I was going to take to consignment, but with shelter in place, we're trying to offer our children's items to people whose kids keep growing, as kids do. And so we listed those items. I still have a ton more shoes to list, but they sold for $10. Those things don't cost much. They don't generate much revenue. But right now, I'm happy to pass that savings on to others and make what little bit I can. This was a bundle of Denim & Co. Distressed Light Wash Denim and some Pull & Bear Destroyed Denim shorts. It sold for $22, and I believe those shorts were 50 cents a piece. I believe. They may have come from the Goodwill, but I'm not sure. They were in separate purchases. Then I had a bundle of a BP brown bodysuit that came from our B&G plus size box, so about $7-8. No, $7.05 was the cost on that. And these were Orlando Santana gold suede stiletto booties. And this was an interesting designer because when I looked him up, I could not find any comps on any shoe. But he did work for Malolo Blahnik as a designer at one time. So I did kind of put them up there a little high and then brought the price down. So I sold both those items together for $25. This is a bundle for one of my best friends ever, and she is also a great customer. We love her. All 5 of these items came from our last B&G trading haul. She does view our videos, and she picks out what she wants, and we're happy to get those items to her. She does like us to list on Poshmark and get credit for the sales, so we do that. So there was a Catherine's top, cold shoulder. That's the purple top you see on top. There was a Style & Co. white kind of nice t-shirt, but kind of a closet basic. There was that marled Cessna sweater. And then in the middle, in the bag, there is a beautiful pair of Nike tie-dye sweatpants. That if they had been in my size, I would not have sold them. And some black Style & Co. shorts. And she paid $85 for those. Cost of goods on those items was $7.05 per piece with shipping and taxes. So I hope, Wendy, you love your stuff. These are silver jeans, Aco, I think it's Aco, slim mid boot denim, size 12, 33 inseam. Also from Will's denim 50-cent pile of jeans he's been working through, sold for $28. Next was a bundle. The Victoria's Secret's bikini bottom, which came from the bins, was originally in a bundle with another pair of bikini bottoms, and the girl asked him to relist them. No, we did not have them for $55. We just listed them high to save them for her until she was ready to purchase. And the Abercrombie fit striped push-up bikini top, which I loved. It was like a very 80s preppy colorway. That came from Goodwill for $2.99, and together those items sold for $18. This is a rabbit woman's summer dress, and this I believe is a J.C. Penney's brand, and I got this at the bins. It sold for $19. These were some Columbia Omni Shield Anytime crop pants, and I have sold these in the past, not for much, $10 to $15, but they consistently sell. We sold those for $12, and I probably want to say that I got them at Goodwill, $3.99, 40% off. Next was a bundle of several items. So first was this beach hat, which was ribbon, but it also had pieces of crocheted ribbon in it. It was beautiful. It was one of those floppy hats that you could just fold up and it would pop back into shape. That came from the bins. And our cost on accessories is 99 cents a pound at the bins. If you can hear that, my husband just came in from shopping. Hi, Bill. And then I have this INC Marvelous Stripe Maxi dress in a 2X, new with tags, and that was a very nice piece. It also came from our B&G plus size box. Then there's some Oakley Green Raffia Thong flip-flops, size 8. Those came from the bins. And some Lucky Brand Lariana Wedge Strappy Platform sandals. Now, those I got in a thread-up shoebox, and I took them to the cobbler because the straps had separated from the lining, and he did re-glue them. Unfortunately, he was training his nephew, and some glue got on the straps, and so they sat for a while, but we did disclose that and took good pictures. That bundle sold for $55. Then we had some REI 30 SPF black shorts, size 8. And I didn't know anything about REI. I just knew they were an outdoor brand, so I got them just to test them out. They came from the bins. They sold for $9. This is a nylon replacement strap. It had kind of rainbow love stitched across the whole strap. It was new in the package. It was nice, and I always buy replacement straps. So 99 cents a pound for that strap. It sold for $7. Some of them sell for quite a bit. This was just kind of a novelty fun thing, and I was just happy that it didn't go to the landfill new. So I made $1 or so on it. Happy to send it along. Then I had a pink Victoria's Secret tie-dye t-shirt, came from the bins, and Buy Junk Food Atari themed striped tank top, which I really liked. Now that Buy Junk Food, originally I didn't really know there was a difference between Buy Junk Food and junk food. So the little tag that says Buy Junk Food comes from Target. And then the bigger square tag that says junk food is a little higher end, more desirable. And so that was just a learning process on my part, and I'm still happy to sell it. But when I found another one, I did not get it. So both of those items sold for $15, and we still made a profit. Then came this fantastic Stranger Things graphic t-shirt, and you can see 11 there fighting. Oh, I can't remember the name of the beast that she's fighting. Will would know that. Where are you at, Will? I hope you're getting a lot done. So I found 4 Loot Crate graphic t-shirts, and I thought all of them were great at the bins. And so at $1.25 a pound, it made sense to get them, and it sold for $10. Next are these Vans Classic low top blue sneakers, and I sell these all day long between $15 and $20, depending on what they are. These were just in good shape, and they're just very classic. I own a pair myself, and they sell consistently, so we just shipped those out this morning. Oh, they came from the bin, so $1.25 a pound. Then are these vintage Paul Frank red pajama lounge pants. This came from the only thrift store still open here in our town. I paid $2.99 for them. They sold for $10. And I did have a pink pair also, and they had a little bit of a stain on them that I couldn't get out, so I just threw those in with it. If somebody's a Paul Frank fan, I am happy to pass on an extra pair. So $2.99, she got 2 pairs of pants. Great deal for her. I hope she loves them both. And $10. Next is a Polo Ralph Lauren striped shirt, interlock, size large. I think that's interlock weave or cotton. And we have had a terrible time with Ralph Lauren in general, but button-up shirts and polo shirts. So I think we're going to get out of that business. But this one was nice, and it sold for $17, and we're happy with that. Then I have a Steve Madden Mini Force red and white logo backpack, and I sold that last night for $11. And the reason it went so low was this watermark on the bottom, which really isn't as bad as it looks like here in the picture. Other than that, it was pretty much new. You can see the hardware there doesn't even have any scratches. So I think she'll be really pleased. That came in a thread up rescue box of handbags. We have more than made our money off of that. So whatever's left, I'm just kind of moving along, giving people good deals. And like I said, we love to give a good deal. Then there are these Dingo leather work boots, and these came from the bins. So boots, I think, were $1.49 a pound at this time, or they might have been 99 cents a pound. I think they were 99 cents a pound. So they probably cost a couple of dollars. Luckily, I did not have to pay up on the shipping. We sold them for 15. They are quite distressed, and you can see here that the toes are pretty chewed up. But they are leather soled. They'll make great barn boots. And if somebody wants to dye them, they'll be beautiful. We actually had discussed dyeing them ourselves, but we wanted to dye them brown, and we didn't have any brown dye at the minute. So I hope you love your boots. Next is this Banana Republic Silk Blend Gray V-neck sweater. That came from the bins, $1.25 a pound. And I always pick up mall brands if they're silk or wool or some kind of really nice fabric. And there's no reason for those things to go to the bins. Here in Florida, people donate their sweaters, and they are almost in like new condition because it's hot. And so I listed it off season, so it sat for a little bit, and I was happy to move it along for $18. Then I had this Tignanello, I believe I'm saying that correctly, black leather shoulder bag. That just sold last night for $15. There is a little mark on it. I don't know if you can see in the picture right in here, and there are a couple other little marks. I did condition that this morning before I sent it out, so I think those marks are gone. The inside was pristine. Also from that thread up purse rescue box that we're just moving along the last few items from there. Sold for $15. That's a great bag for $15. Then there was this huge bundle last night, and this lady went through my closet for a week or two, and she really took her time selecting her items, and I really appreciate that. And then she made me a very fair offer. So first we had these Old Navy cargo shorts. I got those for 50 cents at a garage sale. Some Mac and Mo vintage gray board shorts, which came from my closet. I have been steadily cleaning out my closet because I like to shop, and I need to move on some things that I have loved and enjoyed, and I'm not reaching for anymore. And so rather than deprive myself of things I'd like to have, I'm moving some things along and purchasing some new items from those closets that I mentioned earlier. Next was this Hard Rock Cafe Groupie Fender graphic t-shirt, and it was super cute, and it says Groupie in Search of Musicians. And I bought this back when we were looking to do Depop, and I do not remember what I paid for it, but it probably came from a garage sale, so less than $1. This Victoria's Secret's bra top, which if you've ever worn these, they're super nice because they have a shelf bra inside and they have a Celastic no slip strip around them, and then they're a little bit baggy at the waist. That came from the bins. This full tie-dyed smocked dress, size strapless, size medium. Now, I believe that this is vintage, but I couldn't say for sure, so I didn't. And I want to say that that came from probably Goodwill, because it also came from the Depop era. So probably $3.99, $4.99. Others followed distressed fleece shorts. Those definitely came from the bins. This Donna M of LA hand-dyed tank top. And I had to look this designer up because she's a little less known. But she makes really nice stuff. And the ties on the shoulder are just kind of like a scarf material. And it was really cute. Then there was this blush pink Bell Sky Poet's blouse with ruffled cuffs. Also super cute. I have no idea where I got that. Then a Luxe Arden B silky strapless halter top, and I believe that was really made of silk, and it was very nice quality, and it also was from the Depop era, so I have no idea what I paid for it. Probably too much, probably $3.99. These Day of the Dead Keds, which are have really cute little skateboard skeleton graphics on them, and those came from the bins. A black purple leotard with floral embroidery, kind of a faux wrap top, that came from the bins. This Disney Parks black and white one-piece swimsuit, that came from Goodwill for $2.99. Kiss and Cry linen blend beach pants, which I believe were new. I think those also came from the bins. And a Calvin Klein linen skirt also came from the bins. All 14 of those items sold for $150, which was more than fair. My cost of goods was around $20, and I had to upgrade the shipping, so about $92 of profit on that bundle. Gosh, I hope she loves it. And I threw in some brand new Old Navy flip-flops too. Let's see. These two graphic t-shirts sold together. One of them was from the Loot Crate. It was the Labyrinth movie poster with David Bowie on the front. And the other one was an original Nintendo Pixel Mario graphic tee. Now, it did have some spots on it, but was a licensed official product by Nintendo. And I paid 33 cents for it. So both of those sold together in our sale for $15. Then there was this Hype black leather handbag. I bought this when I was learning how to clean up leather and make things nice, and I bought pretty much every leather handbag I could get my hands on that cost less than $5. I probably paid $3.99 for this at Goodwill, and I did learn how to condition leather, and I probably didn't make any money. It sold for $10, but it is a nice bag. The inside lining was kind of wrinkled, and it photographed awful. But I really think she'll be pleased with the quality when she gets it. And last but not least were these Gwen Stefani geometric print pumps. Now, this is before I knew the difference between GX and Lamb, which I now know. Gwen Stefani has a lower line called GX, and they don't sell for as much. So these were originally $85. They were in like new condition, except for a little bit of wrinkling in the lining, which I think was just from lack of wear and not the best storage. And I believe the heel had one little tiny mark on heel. Yeah, right there. And it would not have been noticeable when wearing. And that young lady purchased those from me last night just before I fell asleep. And she says, "Oh, they're gorgeous. Thank you for the great deal." And they sold for $18. I bought them 40% off at Goodwill for, I think the total price was $4.99. This was probably like our best week ever. Honestly, I don't know what our gross sales were or our net sales overall, but I believe we sold somewhere near 70 items, which we've never done. Sales have been different than they were prior to shelter in place. The things that we're selling are things that we were kind of wondering if we would ever sell. They were kind of lower price items or items that didn't photograph well or less desirable items, even though we found value in them. And so now we have the opportunity, when we are no longer in shelter in place and we can go out again and thrift, to kind of really give careful thought to what we want our closet to look like, what kind of items that we want to put there. And we're really excited about it. We've been doing a lot of looking at different brands and styles and kind of where we want to go. And we're going to let our closet evolve organically based on what we can find. And we're always going to try to provide to anyone that wants clothing. So we're not going to curate our customer. Although we may curate our closet a little more. we kind of have interests all over the place. So we like vintage, but then we kind of like some more 80s preppy styles, and then also more modern boho styles. Then there's some edgy stuff in there. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Now, Will not be back next week. We have some video, and nor will I. It's Mother's Day, so we're all going to spend some time thinking about and loving our moms if we can't visit them due to shelter in place. But we do have some content saved up, some B&G trading boxes. I also have some less than overwhelming boxes from ThreadUp of mixed clothing that I may do on my own today. I may unbox them for you today. Maybe I'll have a better attitude about what's in there today. And so we will be giving you content, hopefully twice a week over the next 2 weeks. And will rejoin me in 3 weeks. Thanks so much for listening. We are going to order a microphone. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you like our content. We grow every day, and we are trying so hard to improve little bits at a time. We know our sound quality is not fantastic, and that is the reason we ordered a microphone, which should be here next Saturday. So when we make new content, hopefully you'll be able to hear both Will and I. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much.